Okay, I think we are live on LinkedIn. Hi, everyone. This is Aditya Sharma, co founder and CEO of High Counselor, and I'll be your host for today's session. If you can quickly let me know that you can hear me loud and clear, you can see me fine, that would be very helpful. In the meantime, let me also check it on my end. So I'm checking first on LinkedIn. Okay, let's see. Yes, self live on LinkedIn. So we are all set on LinkedIn. And let's see what about YouTube. We are live on YouTube as well. Okay, perfect. We're all set here. Okay, I can see people joining in. Hi everyone. So I'm let's start with a brief introduction and let's allow everyone else to join. We'll probably take a few minutes to get started. In the meantime, guys, let's start with where we are located. I'm currently based out of Miami, Florida. And here I've added my location in the chat box. If you can also let me know where you're dialing in from, that would be a great point to get started. Okay, so here I've added my location. And guys, just let me know in the chat box that you can hear me loud and clear, and you can see the video absolutely fine, clear, so that we can get started in a few minutes. Okay, Sudarshan says, I'm from Leicester, UK. Okay, welcome, Sudarshan. And Sudarshan, what job role are you targeting? From your profile, I can see you're targeting data analyst job role, I guess. You can type it in the chat box, Sudarshan. I mean, what job role you're targeting. And guys, others, those who are here, please let me know what job role you're targeting so that we can like customize this session according to your requirement. Venkata says, I'm from Pennsylvania, US. Okay. Okay, so more people are joining in. Hi, guys. So this is Aditya Sharma. I'll be your host for today's session. I'm co-founder and CEO of High Counselor. We are just doing a quick introduction, just learning where everyone is dialing in from. Okay, and we'll get started in a few minutes. Targeting full stack. Okay, Abir says data scientist. Aishwarya says data analytics. Okay. Okay, guys. So I think we have a very relevant crowd here. So let's get started. Okay, and this session is anyways recording, so you can always revisit this session. And if you have any more questions, we can certainly cover in this section. Teja says backend engineer. Okay, and guys, if you can, okay, cool. So I think we have enough information to get started. Cool. So, okay, welcome everyone. Again, those who have just joined, I'm Aditya Sharma. I'm co-founder and CEO of High Counselor, and in this session, we are going to provide you information about how we can help you find a remote internship in the United States, in UK, or anywhere in the world, wherever you are. Uh, and I'll cover the entire information in probably 5 to 7 minutes. That will answer 80 to 85% of your questions. And after that, if you have any more questions, you can certainly put your questions in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to take your questions. Okay. Let me share my screen, guys, to get started. I'll give you a brief presentation, so have patience, stay with me, and we will take it from there. Okay, you should be able to see a PowerPoint deck now. Cool. Okay, guys. So High Counselor is an edtech company based out of San Francisco, in Sunnyvale to be very exact. And our major objective is to provide candidates remote internships. That's what we are here for, and that's what we are going to talk in the next few minutes. Now, a few questions that we always come across, that okay, how much how difficult is to find internship, what is the process, so we'll cover all that. But before that, let me give you a quick overview on my background, right? So you may be able to relate to it. So back in 2012, I completed my engineering from India, and after that, in 2015, I came to the US for my master's degree at Duke University. It's in Durham, North Carolina. After completing my master's from Duke, I started my career at PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is a tech consulting firm. After completing almost 1 year at PwC in Chicago, I moved to Deloitte Consulting in San Francisco. Worked there for almost 3 years as a senior Salesforce consultant. And during my time at Deloitte, I was also part of the recruitment team. So I recruited a lot of candidates for entry level software engineering, data science, product management roles. And during my time at Deloitte, I realized that a lot of people need help with their job search. And that's when in 2020, I left my job from Deloitte to launch High Counselor. And the company that just started with myself and my co founder, just two of us, we are a team of about 40 plus people. And we have held more than 1,000 candidates in the US. And we are backed by a bunch of VC firms, angel investors, and edtech entrepreneurs. Now, why did we start High Counselor? Well, we found that finding a job is extremely tough for entry level candidates and people who are transitioning in career. And the major reason behind that is because candidates lack hands on work experience. People have theoretical knowledge, they gain education from universities, from online websites, but they lack hands on work experience. That's why employers do not invite them for interviews. Even when candidates land interview calls, they're unable to crack those interviews because they're unable to connect business problem that's given by recruiter or interviewer and answer them with the skills that they have learned, right? So the clear gap is that the lack of industry experience. And the solution was pretty simple and straightforward. We thought that okay, if we can connect candidates with startups across the world, we can provide hands-on experience to candidates that they can mention on their resume, LinkedIn profile. They can talk about this experience with employers during their interview process, right? That would increase the probability of landing interview calls, and that would eventually make them a better working professional. Okay. And here are the three benefits that we noticed with hundreds of candidates that we help find remote internship. First of all, if there are two resumes, one with internship experience and another resume without internship experience, you will find that one with a good internship hands-on industry will attract way more attention than a resume without any industry or the real hands-on experience. So it helps you differentiate your resume from thousands of other candidates. Second, when you actually work in a job position with a company, with real people on real business problems, you actually become better in what you do. If you are a software developer, you become a better software developer. If you are a UX designer, you become a bit better UX designer, right? So overall, professionally, you become a much better individual, and hence your chances of getting interview calls, your chances of getting job offers eventually increase. What's our progress so far? So we started in Silicon Valley back almost 3.5 years ago. We have helped 1,000 plus candidates landing internships at about 120 plus different companies across the world in 10 different countries, by the way. And right now we have about 260 plus internship positions available. And we need about 4 to 8 weeks of time to help you find an internship. Why 4 to 8 weeks of time? Because When you apply to our platform, we help you fix your resume, your LinkedIn profile, which usually take about 1 week of time. After that, we introduce you to the employers. They take your interview, which takes another 1 week. Then employer sometime takes a week to provide you a decision, and then another week to give you a joining. So the process is usually between 4 to 8 weeks. Sometimes we have also seen that employers onboarded our candidates within 2 to 3 weeks as well, but not that is rare. Okay, but 4 to 8 weeks absolutely possible. Okay, what roles do we support? Well, we support software engineering like front end, back end, full stack, data science, software developer, any kind of software engineering role. Second is data science job roles, which is data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, business analyst, AI/ML roles, computer vision, natural language processing. All those are covered over here. Sales, marketing, UI, UX related role, and some additional roles like product manager, Salesforce, cybersecurity, DevOps. And if any of the role is not mentioned here, we can always reach out to all the companies in our network and we may ask them that, hey, there's a guy who is interested in a financial analyst internship. Do you have any such position? And most of the time they have it. Okay. Now, the pricing, we charge $500 as a fixed one-time payment from candidate to help you connect with employers and get an internship. Right now, there is a 20% discount available. So at the checkout, you can use code SAVE20 to get 20% discount. Some of the success stories, as I told you in the beginning, that we have about 120 different companies in our network coming from 10 different countries. Uh, so here are some of the examples, right? What type of companies we have? The companies belong to different industries, different location, uh, and for example, Peers is a health tech company based out of Silicon Valley. It's started by Stanford University alums. Webwire is a cloud security company. Vital Global is a communication company based out of New Jersey with about 2,000 employees. Right. Now Bank is a fintech startup based out of London. ACOT is a Salesforce consulting company based out of India. Actually, it is started by one of my ex-colleague at Deloitte. He's a great guy. Hub app is a social networking app based out of Dubai. So these are some of the examples to show you how diverse set of companies we have, and definitely they have variety of job roles and the experience to offer. And these are some of the candidates who recently landed internship there. Now, how to apply? Well, you simply need to go to highcounselor.com/internships, click on enroll now, create your application, make the payment, and then we'll start matching you with the startups. Let me also show it to you on our website, and then we'll take Q&A. Okay. So simply go to our website, highcounselor.com. I'll put link in the chat box for everyone. There's an option called internships right at the top. Go to this link, internships. And over here, you can see all the internships that are available, or you can click on enroll now and fill out the application. Okay, so we asked you to fill application in 2 steps, where basically you tell us about your education background and everything, and second is you tell us about what type of internship are you looking for, what is the start date of your internship, everything, what is the duration that you need for internship, how many hours you can dedicate per week. So this hours is flexible. We expect you to dedicate at least 4 hours, but if you can dedicate more hours, you can do that. You can tell us where exactly you want the internship, whether you want it in North America, London, or wherever it is. Okay. Once you fill out this application, we help you fix your resume and LinkedIn profile. And that is important because whenever we connect you with the employers and the hiring managers, we share your resume, we share your LinkedIn profile with them, right? So that has to be perfect. So we help you fix that. And once we introduce you, you can apply to the internship positions available on our platform. And eventually you land an internship, and that's how you can gain work experience. Okay. So that's all about, guys, regarding this info session. Let's take any questions that you may have related to this internship, how we can help you. So feel free to add your questions in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Let's take questions. In the meantime, let me just put it on the screen how you can apply this. Okay, and there is a code available that is save 20 to get 20% discount. Okay, and this code will be available for the next 3 days. Okay, let's take a few questions. So, the first question is, if we are part of your job search accelerator program, is this included in internship opportunity? Sai, if you're a part of our, so we have two packages in our job search accelerator program. The first one is a starter package, and the another one is advanced package. So, in advanced package, we provide you remote internship, it is included, but in starter package, it is not available. Okay. Okay, the next question is from Haripriya. Do Salesforce internship from India will be considered in the US? Okay, so Haripriya, when we started this platform, our objective was to give hands-on work experience, right? The real learning. Imagine that, for example, if you're, so I started my career in Salesforce, as you may have noticed at the beginning of this info session. Right out of school, I got first job at PwC in Salesforce division, then worked with Deloitte. So I have like pretty deep knowledge in Salesforce. So if suppose you're targeting a job role in Salesforce, no matter whether you're targeting in India or in the US, our objective is to make you work on real Salesforce project at a good company where you really solve business problem in Salesforce, apply those technical skills. Eventually, you'll become a way better Salesforce professional, right? So doesn't matter if you do this with a good company in India, then it is I mean, it is whether you have the knowledge or not that matters. If you intern with a company in the US but you don't have the right knowledge, you're not going to get the job. But if you intern with a company in India but that your internship was great, you actually learned thing, you'll eventually get the job, right? So it really doesn't matter whether where the company is located. But if you are in the US and you want internship only in the US, we can help you specifically with that demand as well. On the other side, if you are based out of India and you want an internship in the US, then there is a condition that then there are some of the parameters that we'll check. For example, we want your communication skill to be perfect, right? We want your skills to be perfect. Okay. So please apply and then we can certainly help you out. And in any scenario, if we cannot help you out, we can always make 100% refund. Okay. Next question is from Venkata. What about CPT? Will the company give us a CPT? So Venkata, most of the companies, when they onboard you, they're happy to give you a letter stating that you will be working as an intern with that company. So that should not be a problem. But we cannot guarantee that, okay, a company will certainly give you an offer letter. What we have noticed is that when you work with a company for a few months or like for a few weeks, they really like your work, they're more than happy to provide you whatever you need. Okay, again, our objective was to provide you experience or the real learning rather than probably as a mean to stop your CPT or OPT. I guess in CPT you don't have any clock to stop. You just need a letter, I think, to get an authorization from your school. So most of the startups should be able to provide you that. Okay. Victoria says, how do these connections apply to international employees wanting to work in the US? What about visa requirements? Have you guys been successful? So, Victoria, if okay, so these internships are remote, right? So there is no visa requirement for it. For example, you are currently based out of Germany. I'm just taking as an example. If suppose you are based out of Germany, you want to work with a startup in the US to gain that work experience, you can do this remotely. There's no visa requirement. You need visa requirement when you are physically located in the US only. Okay, if you're physically located in the US, then you can ask your current school what is the visa requirement, and at most what companies can provide you is a offer letter saying that you will be interning with them. Okay. Haripriya, thank you, thanks Haripriya. Raquel says, what is the typical turnaround time for regular employment for those who take into the program? So Raquel, I mean, if you're talking about um the internship, so in internship there is no guarantee of an employment, right? Because it is an internship between 2 to 6 months to help you learn. Now we have seen that some of the candidates, they eventually get a full time offer as well. That is one out of three or four. Okay. If you're asking about the job search accelerator program, where we help people land like end to help with like end to end job search help, that's where the time is 14 to 16 weeks on an average right now. Are these internships paid? Sign, most of the internships on our platform are unpaid. Again, our objective was not to provide like earning opportunity to people, but learning opportunity. Some of these startups we have seen that they chose to offer minimum wage to the interns, but that is totally up to them. But consider that on this platform, most of the internships are unpaid. Raquel says the advanced track. Okay, so it's about 14 to 16 weeks on an average. Okay. Dinesh says, what are the chances for those internship to be full-time work opportunities? As I said, we have seen some candidates that is one out of four or one out of three. But I would tell you, Dinesh, that take this as an opportunity to learn, get real experience on your resume, get real recommendation and feedback from an employer, and then you apply. You'll have a much better success. Okay. How many did candidates did put them into from an international student standpoint? Sorry, your question is not clear. How many candidates did put them into an international student standpoint? So Dinesh, I think you're asking how many international students we have helped land internship. So we have helped like more than 300 candidates land internship. So that is not a problem. Even if you're an international student in the US, uh, the startup can provide you an offer letter. If you clear their interview, they can provide you an offer letter saying that, hey, we are providing him we are taking him as an unpaid intern, and that you can utilize for your CPT. Okay. Raquel says, okay, understand. Thank you so much, Raquel. Okay, cool. What are other questions that I can answer for you guys? Anything else that I can answer for you? Please feel free to put it in the chat box, or you can simply go to highcounselor.com/internship. And as I mentioned, there is a 20% discount code available that you can utilize for. Okay. That's for our internship as well as for a projects platform. It should be valid for the next 3 days or so. So you can use save 20 to get 20% discount. Okay. Okay, those were good questions. Okay, Dinesh says another question. Okay, Sai has. Okay, if I take advanced job search program and get laid off after getting jobs, how can we proceed further? So, Sai, if you get into our advanced program, we provide you 3 months of layoff support. If you get laid off, we will again help you out. Okay. Dinesh says, sorry for wrong wording. Thank you for the response. No problem, Dinesh. That's absolutely fine. I hate typing as well. So I totally understand. I mess up a lot when I have to type somewhere. So I hate texting. So totally on your side. Okay. And guys, I can see a lot of international candidates over here uh, who are uh, who are present in this live webinar. I can relate to your background. Just like you, I came to the US in 2015, right? As I mentioned, for my master's degree. I know it's not easy to complete your master, then hunt for the job. Right now, the market is even tougher. In my time, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great as well. Okay. One thing that I have learned is, if you know the real work, okay, the biggest difference between two candidates, who one who struggled to land a job and one who doesn't struggle to land a job, is if you know the real hands-on work, okay, there are high chances that eventually you will find a job, right? Sometimes it may take a little bit of time because the responses are not there or the employers are on hiring freeze. But the biggest gap comes when people don't have the real hands-on experience, and that's what we have learned in our journey of helping thousands of candidates so far. And I always recommend it to candidates that forget about theoretical learning. Go work with startups. Go work with startups left and right, either through High Counselor, by yourself, through any other mean. I think it should be a mandatory part of school education or curriculum when we do our bachelor's or master's degree, that half of your time should be devoted to real work, right? At High Counselor, we have some of the some of our earlier employees. They were third year or final year students, right? Because we couldn't afford expensive developers at that time. But the amount of learning that those people had, I mean, they're at an absolutely different level right now. They can get hired at any place. Okay. So my point is focus on real hands-on implementation. And when you work with startups, I mean, I have worked at Deloitte and PwC, which are like top two consulting firms, right? We call it Big Four. You cannot get that much learning at Big Four firms what you get at startups, right? There you build the real stuff which hit the market the very next week. You get a feedback and then you again work on it. Okay. So it's extremely important. I cannot emphasize more on it. Dinesh says, being an international student, I would like to know how many of these companies give full time opportunities owing to H1B sponsorship. Okay, so Dinesh, we work with startups, right? So most of these startups do not sponsor H1B, they do not have a legal team. So I would say very few of those. Again, your objective should not be that, okay, I'll take an internship over here and probably one of those would convert me into a full time job position. A lot of these companies are currently not in a position to hire a full-time employee, right? That's why they look for candidates who can help them with some work, and in return they can give them valuable work experience that people can utilize to find a full-time job. Okay. So the intent should be absolutely clear and right, that okay, you're not coming here seeking an employment at that particular company, but you're coming here to upgrade or upskill your resume yourself so that you can get a full-time opportunity somewhere else. But in the meantime, suppose you're working with a startup, and this startup fortunately raised say $2 million of seed round or series A round or something. They would love to hire you because they've already spent a lot of time with you, right? Are these internships are these internships here have vacancy for supply chain roles? Sai, we can check with our employers in our network if they have any supply chain internships, but I do not think we currently have anything in supply chain. But if you apply, we can certainly inquire, and within 2 to 3 weeks, if we don't find any supply chain internship, we'll refund your amount. If not, you'll get the internship. Okay. Cool. Those are some great questions. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you on our platform for our internships. And good luck with your job search. And let us know if we can help you with anything else. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And for any questions in the future, you can always reach out to us at support@highcounselor.com. Let me also put it over here. I've added it on screen for everyone. Da-da-da. Oh no, sorry, I'm putting in I think in the chat box, which is not right. Give me 1 second. Let me put it as a banner on the screen. Add banner. Cool. So you can always reach out to us at support@highcounselor.com for any questions that you may have, and our team will get back to you. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you in some of our next events. See you. Bye.